Up, everyone? Welcome to the Power Play with CJ. I know what you're gonna say. I know what you're saying. You're doing a piece about a football player. Yeah or no? Obviously, Joey Bosa, the third overall pick in the NFL draft, who I think is a fucking hardo, is not signed. He's the only first round pick that hasn't signed yet. And he's passing up the opportunity to get to San Diego and help that team's defense because defense kind of sucks. And it is what it is. I think his agent's in the wrong. It's essentially come down. It's coming down like a difference of $10,000 spread out over the next year, given the way the deferred bonuses and all that shit work. That's neither here nor there. That has no relevance to hockey. Where it ties into the game is now his mother, who I'm sure Mrs. Bosa is a nice lady, is on Facebook saying, "I wish we pulled in Eli Manning." Obviously, Eli Manning held out, or didn't hold out, just refused to play for San Diego, ended up getting traded to the New York Giants, and took 2 Super Bowl rings right off Brady's finger, but that's neither here nor there. So, my issue in all this, I think parents have a right to be involved in their kid's life as a pro athlete. I think you raised your children, but there's also the NFL is a multi-billion-dollar a year industry, and I know Bosa's father played the show, and his mother's brother was a first-round bust for the Dolphins, I think, something like that. So there's obviously some familiarity with the league, but who the fuck is she in the grand scheme of things? And it's like I was at a BU Michigan game, hockey obviously. BU isn't football anymore. 2 years ago, and there was a player playing in that game who was drafted in the third round. His parents were sitting behind the Michigan bench, screaming at Berenson for not putting him on the power play. Not a good look. Brad Berenson's been in the game of hockey for, over 50 years. And I'm talking about at an elite level. I mean, obviously he's in his 70s. He's been around the game for 7 decades, whatever the fuck it's been. So, who the hell are you to tell Ray Berenson, yeah, your kid should be on the power play more? It was embarrassing. And I think that, there's so much going on in the course of the game. I don't know how much coaching staff heard, but you know what? You do hear because it's right on top of you. There's certain stuff you can't block out. And, just not a good look. And I think you're seeing this with the Bosa holdout. It's one thing to be in a contract dispute. It's another thing to have your mom and dad weighing in and telling the San Diego Chargers how to run their franchise. Now, given the fact that the San Diego Chargers are one of the most irrelevant franchises in sports and suck, and Philip Rivers is kind of a weirdo, I mean, okay, give you the benefit of the doubt on that one. But it's still a multi-billion-dollar organization. And here are you telling them, you guys suck. Give my son everything. It's like, no. And the agent's in the wrong. The deferred money thing is something the Chargers, they always do. They do like that with every contract, whether you're Antonio Gates, Philip Rivers, and now, Bosa. So, again, now, I was a big-time pro athlete. So that's my parents' advice. But if my mom was on Facebook posting shit about my contract status, I don't say I'd kill her. I just want to kill my mom, but it's not nice. She's my mom. Or, my dad's out there pissing more and complaining. No. This doesn't, it's not that it doesn't involve you, but understand where you're at, and that it's not a good look for a player to have their parents shouting off on Facebook, Twitter, what have you. And I know for a fact I talked to a scout for a team a couple months ago about a player that I've been following for a while, and he, let's just say, wasn't drafted as high as I thought he was going to be. And I asked this guy about him. He said, yeah, the kid's family's a fucking nightmare. And that scares teams off. Because he was a probably 4th round pick at best. You're a 4th round pick, congratulations, but know your role. If you're drafted by the Tampa Bay Lightning in the 4th round, understand that you're not Steven Stamkos. Understand your role within the organization. And, the kid's parents were a nightmare to deal with, and it was kind of one of those things that had gotten around the hockey world. People talk, and, it hurt the kid's draft status immensely. So, we'll see what happens with Mr. Bosa. But you see correlations and difference in words. Plus, I'm such a draft junkie between hockey and football that, it's one of those things I love, because I love college football, so I love seeing the kids, go through that season and then or their 3 seasons of college, and then get heading over to the NFL. So yeah, we'll see what happens. But Mrs. Bosa, delete your account. Anyway, that's all I got in this episode of the Power Play with CJ. Stay tuned for more episodes throughout the off season and beyond. Later, guys.